Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota, who is suspended from practicing law as the ethics board wants me to make sure everybody knows. They're very worried I might represent someone. Like, I don't want to do that. Leave me alone. Oh my gosh. I have a bunch of Kurt content, of course. We have unbreaded content. There's something I've been holding off on doing, but I might add some occasional dives into the roster on Aaron Imholt content, because I was perusing his show this morning, and the level of incompetence in that person and the lack of understanding of the things he's saying, it's just amazing. Like, it's actually interesting to see how fucking wrong he is about like the financial market today. He talked about the GameStop, the GameStop hold, where effectively a group of people held GameStop stock shares hostage, and massively inflated the value by, I won't call it manipulating the stock market, but playing the stock market under the rules that it has, and just doing so in a very specific manner. And to see someone try and explain what happened while simultaneously saying a regular person cannot place a short option, for example, it's just and to speak authoritatively that they can't do that. It's like, no, literally anybody can. Like, it's amazing. Anybody can do a short option. That's really easy. But so to see him bumble through stuff like that, and then it's every story. But I don't really like him that much, and so it becomes hard to like have mirth and have it just be comical. But sometimes like, he is just so brazenly incorrect. It's amazing. I don't know if we're going to do that today. I've just been kind of kicking it around because I love the Kurt content. I really do. But I want to have a nice roster of people that like we just check in on from time to time, because I think it's funny. I think it's fun to look at what content people are making and kind of break it down, laugh at it, be marveled by it, whatever it is. And it's something that my time in the whatever, like, not in, but like exploring the stupid Dabbleverse has shown me is quite comedic. I mean, I've always I shouldn't say I've done stuff like that plenty of times in the past. Pull up some video of someone and go through it and just kind of like look at, analyze, and sometimes tear down pretty much everything they say. I did that to Just Some Guy, for example. And that's fun, but like that one, it kind of got unfun as well. So who knows what we'll do at the end. There's all sorts of shit to do. And it's also like Aaron has taken out a restraining order against me as well, which is completely frivolous. I cannot speak of the details of it, as I'm it's a weird thing where the hearing that we started is still going. So I can't speak of any details that are involved in that hearing. Makes it kind of tough to talk about the case in general. And so that's fine. Like, we're not going to do it. But just the fact that there is a restraining order that I'm fighting against it complicates things. Which is just how it goes. Like, that's just it. You just have to kind of deal with shit like that from time to time. What do we got here?
Did you know that for a man to lay with a man as a woman, it is an abomination to the Lord?
I don't know if it says that specifically. I don't know if it specifically states that, but it does say like to lay unnaturally, I think was the term. Not as a woman, But what is a woman? We don't know. We didn't finish it with the Chat GPT episode with Kurt asking what is a woman, because it got uncomfortable. The Kurt one got uncomfortable because it's like, Kurt, your joke is not working and you're getting mad at the AI. How's the midlife crisis going? It's going. It's going. It's moving along. Some days are faster than others on that one. But I expect it to stick around for quite a while. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, Aaron said that. Wow, what kind of degen desperate female would hook up with him? No idea. No idea at all. Chad King says, so gay, Nick, you failed literally everybody. Well, I don't really know how I did that, but okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to. Chad King says, how does it feel being a former millionaire? Oh, I'm no longer a millionaire. Okay. Thanks for telling me. That's got to suck, which you are intimately familiar with. That's it. Why, if I had a golden ticket, burned it and was only saved by being the son of a rich man? Eesh. I'm not the son of a rich man. It's amazing how many people tell me about my family and they get the most basic facts wrong. And these facts aren't really secret. So I'll leave you to figure it out. Press for Time says, you a millionaire? I mean, yeah, I guess. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. My family is very expensive. Like there's 7 of us. It costs a lot to feed 7 people. Like literally just the basic stuff costs quite a bit. But I think on paper I'm a millionaire. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. The house I live in alone is pretty damn close. Just stay away from the white powder and you'll be fine. Well, no worries there, friend. If I go anywhere near it, I go to prison. Not really looking for that action. It's I'm happy being out of prison. Penny leather. Is this surprising to you guys? You can go look at the super chats on Playboard. I mean, I've made well over $1 million in super chats alone. That doesn't include Rumble. I don't know what to say. I've had a very successful YouTube run, and I'm happy about it. Want to continue it and stuff. Maybe not at the same pace as before, but maybe we'll get back into it. Chad King says, we will get the footage, Nick. Well, the law isn't on your side, but there's judges don't always agree with the law. We'll see, man. We'll see. But that is a completely different topic. We're not gonna sit and do that. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, can you hook me up with tickets to the Minnesota Zoo? I hear you have connections. Yeah, my connections are I have been a charitable supporter of the Minnesota Zoo for several years, and actually no, that doesn't get you really any benefit. I don't just get free tickets or anything like that. In the years that I support the zoo, we do get a membership for our family, and so we can enter for free, but getting you in is a different question. But the Minnesota Zoo isn't that expensive. You can just go there. It's great, and I believe they even have a free day every week or maybe once a month that you can go to if the cost is prohibitive for you. So look it up. But I'm just going to go ahead and stay away from prison. I think is the best. I think that's the best plan. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really want to be in prison. It's because it's not illegal to have someone sign an agreement saying they won't talk about whatever, like a consensual sexual encounter. So it's very, very strange. I don't quite understand what the problem is. You have, this is going to sound bad. It's kind of funny how it's going to sound, but I've never actually done this, but I get accused of it all the time. I've apparently bought several counties or whatever. It is legal to enter into a contract by which you give someone money and you say, I need you to really not talk about this subject. And they can say, okay, that's legal. That's a legal thing to do. You can set up a contract that says, hey, if you ever do talk about it, you owe me money. You have to pay me. So I'm going to give you money now. and you're going to be giving it back to me in spades if you violate our agreement. So just maybe don't say anything about it. Miss Peachy Keen says, like an NDA. Exactly. Non-disclosure agreements are perfectly legal. Now, non-disclosure agreements are not binding if the non-disclosure involves illegal activity, right? So you can't prevent someone from reporting a crime through a non-disclosure agreement. Can't do that. But you can do, God, damn near everything else. If I don't want you to talk about golf with someone, I can pay you and you can agree to it. I can't force you to do it, but I can pay you, you can agree. And then at that point, it's just a private contract between two people. That's fine. You know about weird cases, don't you, Rackets? The unusual case of Nick Rekieta. I mean, yeah, I do know about weird cases. And I guess you would call me weird. That's fine. Miss Peachy Keen says, are sexual NDAs legal? Absolutely. So long as the sex was legal and was consensual, yes, sexual NDAs are legal. You cannot NDA away the ability to report your illegal behavior. Chad King says, Nick, I too want to be a sex tourist and turn off every source of criticism, pushback, and negativity. How do? Well, just ignore them all. Like, you just ignore all those things. But why would you want to be a sex tourist? That's I don't know, man. Like, what, you want to go to different countries and like sample the wares? Is that it? And BobTube TV says, Nick, I respect you for ditching the coke and maintaining a sober lifestyle of only Adderall, legal methamphetamine, and modafinil, legal coke. Yeah, it's very strange that's how it goes, but yeah, that's it. I also have legal ketamine. I don't have any. I have the ability to get it. It's just really, really expensive when you buy it from not a drug dealer. This is annoying. Cause it's like, God, can I get dealer prices on this? It's
you can always just, take a walk behind, go to your veterinary office and walk behind the counter.
So if you do ketamine therapy, right? The place that I did it last time, it's $75 to $100 per 500 milligrams, which is considered one dose for someone my size. That's the high end dose that they'll do. Without to go above that, they have to get some further approval. But 500 milligrams is plenty, by the way. I can enter the state that I need to at about 300 to 350. Typically, it's nice to have the 500 because it guarantees you'll make it there. But anyway,
that state called the K-hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is part of
I know. I've done ketamine. I know.
Yeah, but so for ketamine therapy, you enter a K-hole and then you use mindfulness and meditation to then use the neuroplasticity that follows to get around stuff or whatever. But you get that cool K-hole thing first. But anyway, it's so frustrating though, because it's so 500 milligrams is $75 to $100, or for $150 to $200 from my dealer, I could have gotten 3,500 milligrams, right? You get an 8-ball, and it's 7 times as much for twice as much money. Jesus Christ. This is so expensive from a pharmacy. Good Lord. I see some things in the chat. I would love to be on, I haven't done ketamine I did ketamine therapy a year ago. I haven't done any ketamine since. I would, like I said, I'm probably going to do a round of it soon, but I just find it interesting that you can get all these, you can get anything prescribed, and that's fine. But I have in theory, I guess, yeah, I could get prescriptions, but have the purpose be recreational. But and a year ago, I thought about doing that. I was like, well, I'll just get a prescription, just do ketamine whenever I want. But then I did the therapy and I was like, no, actually, the kind of the regimented nature of the therapy was much more helpful in the long run. It was really helpful. So I don't want to do the recreational side of it. I actually want to use it for its intended purpose. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, Kurt said he will review your 21st May 2024 stream. Okay, go ahead. It was a disaster. I was so drunk and on so many drugs in that stream. Like, I don't think it's a secret.
I think it was your best stream ever.
It was the most impactful, I think.
It touched many people.
Life-altering stream.
Caused many people to be touched. I don't know.
I didn't remember. So I blacked out I got up to go to the bathroom, right? And I was told later I was gone for like 45 minutes to the bathroom. I had no idea. I thought I was up there for 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then came back downstairs. I had no clue. I was at that point, I was already blackout drunk. I had no memory of what happened afterwards. I woke up the next morning. I had like a vague memory of some of the stuff that happened, but it seemed like it was like from streams like weeks prior. And I was like, oh, I wonder when that happened. I think I remember that or something like that. That's weird. But I had no idea that it happened the day before. And then like people were telling me about it, and I was like, I'm gonna go take that stream down right now. Like, because it sounds like it was much worse. And April and Lady Rackets were telling me like they're like, you were really drunk last night. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, I drank some. I had no idea. It was not good. Ocean Redux says, oh, blast from the past. That was so fun. It wasn't fun. I got arrested because of it. And I would go up to see, it was that night is when I got the black eye that I had in my mugshot. Because I went upstairs after the show, and I was like, well, I'm gonna do some cocaine. And Lady Ragged says, I'm going to bed. And April says, I'll do some coke too. And so I poured out 2 lines, and I did mine. April wasn't, she was in the other room still. I did mine, and then I fell and hit my face on my bathroom counter, and that's why I had the black eye. And I said at the time that I tripped on a dog toy, which is, I think, true. I think that's true, but it was mostly because I didn't actually pour out cocaine. About a minute and a half later, like April came in, she's like, are you okay? I heard a loud crash. I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. What's going on? And she goes and she does the line I had poured out for her. And these are pretty substantial. And she says, ow, like, ow, what was that? That's not coke. And I said, oh shit. And she said, did you pour out ketamine? And I start giggling because, like, what do you do? Right? It's like, I said, we need to go lay down. We need to get out of this bathroom and go lay down, because this is going to hit really soon. And she wasn't super familiar with it at the time. And I was like, it's going to be okay. Like, we'll go. And we didn't make it to the bed. Fell on the floor, just collapsed on the floor, face down, like on the carpet, because it was like it hit hard before we got there. So it was kind of wild, but it was fine. Like, in the long.
Anytime I ever did ketamine, it was always like tiny little.
Yeah, you can do the little bumps of it. You kind of just feel drunk for like 30 minutes. It's kind of cool that way, and I know some people would do that like out at clubs and stuff, but that's crazy, because like it feels like it wears off, but it does linger in your system, and eventually you will drop. Like, you'll drop into a paralytic K-hole.
Same thing happens with GHB.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but
yeah. 1 minute you're fine, next thing you're on the floor in the club.
That happened. I got I don't know if it was GHB or Rohypnol, but I think I intercepted a date drink when I was in Dallas for the Elijah Schaefer, his show. And I went to I went to this Red River bar, which is like a big country bar or whatever. And I was just having drinks with some people who were there. I'd had very little. I'd had like 3 or 4 drinks, which at the time was not going to do anything, right? Had like 3 or 4 drinks, and then I woke up on the floor of the bathroom, and all my credit cards were spread out, but they were all there. Like nothing was stolen, and I had no idea. But that was the bouncer was like opening the bathroom stall because I guess someone probably saw me like laying on the ground, and they picked me up, and they thought I had just been drinking too much. I guess is my thought, because they're like escorted me out, and they're like, "We're gonna get you a cab. You got to go back to your hotel or whatever." I was like, "What the f- happened?" I had no idea. And the next day was the worst feeling I have never felt that horrid. Just it was so gross. But I'd only had like 3 or 4 drinks for the night, which should not have put me unconscious on a bathroom floor, right? Like that, not at all. But yeah, that next day was awful. That was the next day was the first day I met Ryan, the editor, in person. And I'm like, well,
You sure you didn't meet him the night before?
yeah, maybe I did. And Nakadashi Tomodachi says, maybe you tripped on your Father of the Year award.
Possible. That's a big award.
I have one of those. Like I got one. My kids gave it to me. No, I didn't trip on that. I think it was a dog toy. Dog toy plus ketamine, man. Like it was hitting me already. It was just a disaster. That was a disaster of a day. Like, I mean, or of a stream and shit. It obviously crumbled my life. It was a bad thing. But you can't look back and just like wallow in it. It happened. It's over. And you got to move forward.